Getting a government job in many parts of the world is like winning the lottery. No, seriously, it's the golden ticket. The moment that letter arrives, your family throws a party bigger than a wedding. Your mother starts calling relatives you haven't seen in 15 years to announce the news. He's made it. My son is a government worker. Suddenly, you're not just you anymore. You're a success story. You are the walking, talking proof that the family has finally arrived. The whole neighborhood looks at you differently. You can feel it when you walk down the street. It's a look that says, "Ah, there he is, the one who escaped." The dreams start immediately and they are big. For someone like David, a fresh university graduate, this job was his ticket out of a crowded family home. He pictured himself in a nice, quiet apartment, maybe with a small balcony. He imagined buying his mother a new stove, the kind that doesn't need to be slapped on the side to work. For Maria, who just started at the local council, it was about security. She dreamed of never having to worry about being laid off. She imagined sending her younger sister to a better school and finally being able to afford that one nice handbag she saw in a shop window months ago. It wasn't about being rich, it was about being stable. This excitement is infectious, and it's fueled by generations of belief. Your parents and their parents before them have always said, "Get a government job. It's safe. It's for life." They talk about pensions and benefits like they are mythical treasures. You become the family's financial advisor overnight, even though you haven't earned a single cent yet. Uncles start asking you for a little something to help with their business ideas. Cousins you barely know suddenly need your help to get their own applications noticed. You are the chosen one, the savior, and the pressure starts building before you even have your employee ID card. And so, you walk into your new office on the first day feeling like a king. You've got a clean shirt, polished shoes, and a heart full of hope. The future looks bright, shiny, and incredibly promising. You see the older employees, the ones who have been there for decades, and you think, that will be me. Secure, respected, comfortable. You believe you have officially left all your financial struggles behind. You have stepped into a new world, a world of stability and prosperity. What could possibly go wrong? Well, it turns out, quite a lot, starting with the first payday. The end of the first month finally arrives. This is the moment of truth. You've been working hard, learning the ropes, and dreaming of that first salary. You have a list of things to buy, people to help, and a life to start building. You walk to the ATM with a spring in your step, feeling like a millionaire. You put your card in, enter your PIN, and check your balance. And then, you stare at the screen, you blink, you check it again. The number you see is, well, it's a number. But it's not the number you had in your head. It's the diet version of the number you expected. This is where reality hits you like a splash of cold, icy water. David looked at his bank alert and did the math in his head for the 10th time. After taxes, pension contributions, and a dozen other deductions he didn't even know existed, the final amount was shockingly small. It was barely enough to cover rent for a tiny room, let alone the nice apartment he dreamed of. His mother's new stove would have to wait. In fact, he might have to borrow money from his mother just to get through the next month. The dream of independence suddenly felt very, very far away. For Maria, the disappointment was just as sharp. Her first salary was gone in 2 days. She paid the transport fare to get to work every day, which was more expensive than she thought. She bought lunch, which wasn't free. She sent a small amount home to her family, as expected. By the time she was done, there was nothing left for her, let alone her sister's school fees or that handbag. The feeling of security she craved was replaced by a familiar anxiety. She was working a big job, but was just as broke as when she was a student. The gap between the perceived prestige of the job and the actual take-home pay is a canyon. You are a government official, a title that comes with immense social respect. But your wallet doesn't know about your title. Your wallet only knows about numbers, and the numbers are telling you that you're struggling. This is the secret no one talks about at the celebration party. They celebrate the job, not the salary. They celebrate the status, not the financial reality. And you, the new worker, are trapped in the middle, trying to reconcile the two. Now comes the really tricky part, the expectations. Because you have this important government job, everyone assumes you are rolling in cash. Your family, your friends, the entire community, they all have a picture of your life in their heads. And in that picture, you are successful. You are the big man or big woman now. So when you go home for the weekend, you can't show up empty-handed. You have to bring groceries, give your parents some money, and hand out small tokens to the younger kids. It's not a request, it's a requirement. It's the tax you pay for having a good job. This pressure to look successful is immense. You have to dress the part. You can't wear the same old faded shirts to your respectable government office. You need new suits, nice shoes, and a decent watch. Your colleagues are doing it, so you have to keep up. Then there's the phone. You can't be a serious government worker using a phone with a cracked screen, can you? So you buy the latest smartphone not because you need its features, but because it's part of the costume. It's the uniform of success. You are playing a role, and the role requires props. Let's go back to David. He knew he couldn't afford a car, but every time he took the bus, he'd see his old friends who would say, "Hey, David, government man like you still on the bus?" The shame was too much. So what did he do? He took out a loan. Not a big one at first, just a small one from a workplace cooperative to buy a modest second-hand car. Now, a huge chunk of his already small salary was gone before he even saw it. He was driving a car, but some nights he went to bed hungry because he couldn't afford dinner after buying fuel. This performance of wealth extends to social events. When you go out with friends, you are expected to pay the biggest share of the bill. You are the one with the stable job, remember? You can't be the one counting coins, so you tap your card, smile, and pray it doesn't get declined. Maria found herself in this trap too. Her friends wanted to go to nicer restaurants, and she felt she couldn't say no. She started borrowing from friends to pay back other friends, a dangerous cycle of small debts that just kept growing. She was looking successful on the outside, but drowning in anxiety on the inside. This constant need to maintain an image of success inevitably leads to one-place debt. It starts small, a small loan for a phone, a little credit from the local shopkeeper for groceries, but soon, it snowballs. When the salary comes, it's already spent. It goes to paying off last month's debts, leaving you with nothing for the current month. So you have to borrow again to survive. You become trapped in a cycle that is incredibly difficult to escape. The dream job, which was supposed to bring financial freedom, has become a cage. The irony is cruel. You have a job that is supposed to be the definition of security, yet you have never felt more insecure in your life. Every knock on the door could be someone you owe money to. Every phone call could be a lender. You are constantly doing mental gymnastics, figuring out who to pay first and who you can ask for another extension. The stress is enormous. It affects your work, your health, and your relationships. You are too ashamed to tell your family the truth because you don't want to disappoint them. You are supposed to be their success story, not their burden. This is the untold story of many young government workers. They are caught between the low pay of their jobs and the high expectations of their communities. They are forced to live a lie, projecting an image of wealth while privately sinking deeper into debt. The system is designed this way. The social status of the job is high, but the financial reward is low, creating a perfect storm for personal financial crisis. The dream was to build a better life, but the reality is a constant struggle just to stay afloat to keep the illusion alive for one more month. So what's the takeaway? A government job can be a good thing, offering stability that other sectors might not. But it is not a magic solution to all financial problems. For new workers, it is crucial to have realistic expectations. The celebration is wonderful, but the reality check is harsh. The dream of a secure government job can quickly turn into a nightmare of debt if you are not careful. The real success is not about looking wealthy to others, but about finding a way to live within your means, even when the pressure tells you to do the opposite.